sit over here.
Okay. Can I have approval for the agenda for June 28, 2023 regular meeting?
Actually, before you do that,
Go ahead.
Yes, could we request an addition to that under new business for fire department purposes?
Okay. Anybody make the motion?
Yes, I should repeat that again. No, we're just requesting an addition to the agenda because this came up after the agenda was distributed on Friday. So under new business, fire department purchases.
Okay. It's been moved by Councillor Snow, second by Councillor Seymour. Question, all those in favour? Those opposed, motion is carried.
Okay.
Okay. Adoptions of meeting, of minutes, regular meeting, June 13, 2023. Can I have a mover? Moved by Councillor Knoll, second by Councillor Snow. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Adoption of the minutes, special meeting, June 15, 2023. I just have a quick question for the town administrator. Is that the one there? The conflict was dealt with? No.
No, but it's not, it's just to adopt the minutes.
Okay, can I have a motion for a special meeting of June 15, 2023? It's been moved by Councillor Knoll, second by Councillor Dahl. Question, all those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Any business arising from the minutes of the regular meeting? Any from the special meeting? Being none, motion is carried. Proclamation, presentations, and delegations, none. Permits and correspondence, permit listing 10259 to 102.86. Councillor Dahl?
I see only one conflict there. Is that the only, I assume that's the only one? I'll make a motion to approve permit listing 10259 to 10286, omitting 10273. That would be Councillor Knoll's son-in-law.
Okay. The motion's been made by Councillor Doyle. Second by Councillor Knoll. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Okay. Councillor Knoll.
you just gotta go to,
Right there.
I'll make a motion to approve permit 10273.
The motion has been made by Councillor Doyle, second by Councillor Seymour. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, Councillor Knoll. Correspondence and recording council decision? None. Correspondence received and action taken? You guys can view down through that. If you have any questions on anything there, I'm sure one of our staff be only too glad to answer. Okay, committee reports. Administration and Finance. Who's going to deliver?
Okay, if you want to have a look
Councillor
there
Snow.
at the admin and finance report there, it's in your drop box. I'd also like to just take a second to pass on wishes of good health to Councillor O'Grady and a speedy recovery, and I'm sure all staff and councillors share those sentiments with me.
Absolutely.
Anyone with any questions there on the finance report? No? Okay, that's my report, Mr. Council.
Motions. Okay, thank you very much. Nobody have any questions today? Being none, thank you, Councillor Snow. Public Works, Waste Management and Community Services, Councillor Noel.
Slide 6 contains the minutes from the June 14th meeting. Thank you, Kerry. Slide 6 contains the minutes from the June 14th meeting, but there's some discussion there, but there's one motion coming forward, and that's in slide 6A. Resolved that the town of Carbonear approved the purchase of a 2,100-gallon portable tank water bladder for the Carbonear Volunteer Fire Department from K&D Pratt in the amount of $3,030.98 plus HST.
The motion has been made by Councillor Noel, second by Councillor Snow. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Any questions of the acting chair of the Public Works Committee?
Under 6B, there was some discussion about a road closure for a demolition, and that was going to be this week, and then it said it was going to be update with alternate times. Have there been any decisions made on when that will happen?
Director of Operations at Public Works.
Yeah, we've received updated traffic control plan today. The closure that they're proposing is for 2 days rather than the 5 days that was originally discussed. And then after those 2 days, they should be in off the back of the sidewalk, and they'll continue taking stuff out, but they won't need the road to be closed.
Okay, and can we ensure that that's on early in the week as opposed to like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when the businesses along that strip are open, like it preferably Monday and Tuesday when the restaurants are closed?
Yeah,
yes?
that's what was originally discussed
Okay.
with them, so
right.
I'll remind them of that.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you for your report, Ray. Recreation, Special Events, Culture and Tourism, Councillor Seymour.
Good evening, everyone. We had a meeting back on the 14th of June, and we discussed many things again as we go over all summer long to make sure that everything is in order about special events and everything else. As it looks right now, everything is up to par with regards to the flower bloomings and our tulip situations and everything else in our town has been running really smoothly. Special events, as far as I know, have been running really smoothly also. The only thing about it is, if there's any more questions to be asked, other than what you see on my agenda, you can address it to the manager, which is of the pool and everything in there, and EDTO. Probably she can be answer some questions also. Everybody, but other than that, that's my report. And from there, we'll look forward to the next meeting and probably solve some other problems. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Seymour. Is there any questions of Councillor Seymour or his committee?
I have a couple of things with recreation. With respect to the locomotive, I've seen some kind of, I don't know how to say, like, I've seen some, I guess, social media posts with respect to the locomotion, and it kind of refers to the fact that the town is not doing anything to save the locomotion. And I do think that those are incorrect statements for for people to be making, because, while the public is not privy to some of the conversations and emails and contexts like that are going on behind the scenes, I think it's very important for people to know that the town has been working diligently and has looked for quotes and, has experienced a lot of difficulty in getting, companies to commit to giving them prices, and, and I find it very unfortunate that instead of people working together to try to be proactive in trying to problem solve ways to save the train, that, it's kind of, I feel that people have been attacking council for them not doing their part, when I feel, council has done some due diligence in this area. But, I guess they haven't been helped by other groups, and I think that needs to be said here tonight. One other thing I had was the Blue Zone regulations. Obviously, that's something near and dear to my heart. And I saw that there's going to be a purchase of some accessible parking signs for the recreation complex that are going to be put out, as I understand it, during certain times of the day. I'm assuming that this is just a trial thing, and if this doesn't work, then it goes back to the committee to try some other alternatives, because this time of the year I can see that being okay, it's worth a try. But come February, March, when there's snow and wind and everything else, like, I can't see that being a long-term way that's going to work. And when we talk about we have according to the latest census, we have a very aging population in the town of Carbonear. Carbonear Hospital is going to have a new orthopedics wing, hopefully starting in the fall, and there's more and more need for accessible and blue zone parking. So I don't think we should be reactive in providing those spaces for people. I think we should be proactive, and just because it's not done other places, that doesn't mean that we can't come out in front for a change, you know what I mean, and be doing something good for the people who are using the pool, because I'm delighted that there are so many people using that pool for therapy. And I mean, if the orthopedics ward starts here in the fall, then you're going to see more and more people with joint replacements who will hopefully, be using that facility as a part of their therapy for their recovery. So I just, I want to say that,
Okay, and thank you, Councillor Doyle, for saying that, because, whether it's a pilot or something that they're going to do in the pool, as it pertains to temporarily putting them out there or whatever the case may be, I too agree with blue zones and their importance to the community. I'd like to, if I can, Mrs. Town Administrator, have the EDO to chime in on that one, because she did do some work on it.
I think this has been reviewed in committee.
Okay.
So they've already made some suggestions.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Councillor Seymour.
The train part,
Yes.
the EDTO is over there, and the rest of the staff here has been diligent in many ways of trying to raise money and everything for this. It just can't come from the taxpayers, but we hear people out there, like we had a petition one time, 1,500 people petitioned. Out of that 1,500 people, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say it out there, because the people of Carbonear, if you listen today, we had 30 people on the list probably from Carbonear and area. The rest from down in the States, this and that. And they're looking at Heritage, and they're looking at it. I know it's nice to save train. I post Heritage pictures all the time. I want to save it too. But at the end of the day, we got to do it in a manner where taxpayers do not have to head the blunt for this. Now, as for the regards of the blue zoning, we as a committee, Mr. Budden can explain it a bit. We did this. We're into a trial base. We ordered these machines in to see where we need to go with this, to expand into our blue zones eventually, even not into the pool alone, but everywhere in Carbonear, at our theater site, everything. We looked at it all. So at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. It's a work in progress, and we're trying to help and satisfy everybody in every aspect, whether you're special need, handicap, wheelchair access. We're trying to make sure that every person in this town is respected in many ways.
And I would just like to add in on that. Sometimes it's nice to be a leader on different issues
Yes.
than a follower.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now, sir.
Okay, I thank you for that. And no, nothing else. Thank you very much for your report, Councillor Seymour. If that's it. Report of the Chief Administrative and Department Heads, Director of Recreation.
I have a development report.
Okay. Where did I miss that? Oh, I did too.
How could you forget me?
I'm sorry, Councillor Doyle. I tell you, I'm not really doing it intentionally.
It's okay.
But it sure looks like it.
I'll forgive you. The Development Committee met on June 21st. Under Business Arising, you'll see that we have a couple of motions coming from there and some correspondence being sent again. I can't say often enough every meeting, if you were doing work on your house, if you were installing new windows, new doors, patios, fences, greenhouses, sheds, garages, you need to apply for a permit with the town of Carbonear because it saves you a lot of headaches and it also saves the office staff a lot of headaches. And it also saves a lot of time at meetings and human resources wise because the amount of time that our office staff is tied up in meetings discussing the same issues week after week after week when they could be doing other things. Sometimes it becomes very frustrating for members of council and staff just because a simple coming in to get the permit would solve all of those problems. So just another friendly reminder. We have a number of development applications that I'll bring forward in a second. Under correspondence, we had the province requested some feedback for a boundary on some ponds in the Line Road, and the CAO has requested some further information on that because they're looking at doing an amendment, and it has to do with the watershed area and the way that the ponds flow in there. They want to make sure that the ponds that are designated for the watershed area are actually in the watershed area. So she has requested some information from that. There was also a circular in our Dropbox that day that discussed permits requiring associated work in and near water bodies, and just that reminding residents that completing development in or within 15 meters of a water body, including wetlands, that an application and approval of a permit to alter a body of water is required through that department. And we were going to share that circular on the town website. I'm not really sure if that, I don't think that's been done yet. Okay, perfect. We didn't have an MEO report. Under new business, we had a number of applications. We didn't have anything under economic development, and we have a number of ongoing items. We're actually getting through some of the ongoing items. Some businesses, we're still waiting on some approval from Service NL, but they're finally going through the process. So they should be good to go this fall. In the next couple of weeks. The draft motions are resolved to approve the following applications in accordance with applications submitted, the Town of Carbonear Municipal Plan and Development Regulations, and other conditions as specified. To construct a new dwelling at 5 to 9 Island View Crescent, conditional upon approval from the Department of Digital Government and Service NL. To operate a used car sales business from 66 Columbus Drive, conditional upon no representations being received from the discretionary use advertisement, and further conditional upon the application being referred to the committee and council for further review if objections are received in response to the discretionary notice.
Okay. Motion's been made by Councillor Doyle, second by Councillor Snow. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed, motion is carried.
Okay. Resolution 2, resolve to vary the minimum lot coverage from 7 meters to 7.04 meters at 12 Adelaide Street to allow the construction of a garage, conditional upon no objections to the variance notice, and further conditional upon no objections being received from the variance notice by the deadline provided, and further conditional upon the application being referred to committee and council for further review if objections are received in response to the variance notice.
The motion has been made by Councillor Doyle, second by... Second by Councillor Seymour.
Yeah, and that should be percent, not meters. That's,
Oh, sorry. Sorry. And I read that.
That's what, no, you read it right.
Yeah.
That's what's typed
Yeah.
in there, but that's an error. It should
Yeah.
be from 7% to
Yeah.
7.04%
Sorry.
because it's lot coverage, not, and I did review that prior to the meeting and I missed it until.
And I read it and I didn't even notice
No,
it. So.
sorry.
Okay, anyway, correction has been made.
Resolution number 3.
1 second.
Oh.
I had never carried that motion through. So the question was asked. All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Go ahead, Councillor Doyle.
Resolution number 3, resolve to refuse the application to place a greenhouse at 41A Mahaney's Lane as the development is not in compliance with the Town of Carbonear Municipal Plan and Development Regulations.
The motion has been made by Councillor Doyle. Second by Councillor Snow. Question.
It's being addressed and resolved, but that original application still has to be refused. Yeah.
Councillor Doyle and Councillor Snow. Second by Councillor Snow. Okay, any further questions? Being none, all those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Go ahead, Councillor Doyle.
And resolution number 4, resolve to refuse the application to construct a fence at 17 Pikes Lane as the development is not in compliance with the Town of Carbonear fence regulations.
The motion has been made by Councillor Doyle, second by Councillor Noel. Question. All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried.
And that's it for us.
Anybody have any questions of Councillor Doyle or her committee?
Resolution number 4, I just want to ask one question. Is that something that's ongoing? Do they want to come back or to look at it in another aspect, or?
The fence?
Yeah.
It doesn't meet the.
No, but I say, do they?
It exceeds. The director of operations has had multiple correspondence go back and forth, but it exceeds the height requirement.
But now, I mean, if the applicant, wants to adjust.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
The
that's what
issue
I'm
is
trying to
not
say.
with
Yeah.
the fence on the boundary, is the height. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he can adjust the height and could still meet the regulations and could
Yeah.
be approved. So, I guess that's.
Yeah,
up
that's what I'm
to-
saying.
up to
If
him now.
they wanted to come back with another.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. No further questions. Thank you very much. Councillor Doyle. And I do apologise, I missed you again. Recreation, special events, culture and tourism. We done that one, didn't we? Yes, we did. We done that before Councillor Doyle. Reports of Chief Administrator Office and Department Heads, Director of Operations, Recreation.
Good evening, everyone. Just a quick report there, just to kind of keep you up to speed on what's been happening in the department. I do have a few motions that I kind of want to bring forward there under the first part. First of all, I guess, so community beds we did get the material in to start replacing those, and it's well underway. We have 15 of the 24 replaced, so there's 9 more to go. So by the end of the week, we should pretty much have that clued up, and people can start planting away again for the season. With regards to the scoreboards, we did have a motion made at a special meeting to get that process started. However, upon delivery of materials, it was noticed that the original quote was only for 1 scoreboard when I had asked for 2. So I had to come back with an addition in the price there, as you can see in letter A. So I need a motion to supply and install a concrete base for 2nd scoreboard by Black Diamond at a cost of $8,150 plus HST.
Okay. Recommendations on the floor. Do I have a mover? Do I have a mover?
I'll move just to bring it to discussion.
Okay, it's been moved by Councillor Noel. Second by Councillor Doyle. Question?
Yeah, Yeah, no, I know that we've been having challenges with this for quite some time, and I'm trying to get someone who will come forward and submit some costs, give quotes for it. And I believe we had some difficulty in getting that. We finally came up with somebody, this company that's listed here. And like the first cost seemed like it still seemed high to me. I don't know much about it, but it seemed rather high. And now, that was for one.
That's crazy.
And now we got a second one for, in total now, almost $20,000 for installation.
Yep.
And, it was there, and I appreciate where you're coming from, Mr. Button, because this has been just as frustrating for you as it has for everybody else, I'm sure.
Yep.
And the kids are in there without scoreboards, which we've had in our possession for about 2+ years, right? But I don't know if if this is there another company that would have done it for $12,000 or $15,000? Like,
Yeah.
to me, it's almost like astronomical, the cost of 2 scoreboards there, and I want them up. Like,
Yeah.
I've looked at these long enough now, people asking questions, and just for my, just knowing that we have this wonderful facility in there, and, council brings the money every year, the budget, to enhance it and to maintain it. But this one here is one that, it seems like, it seems way out of whack to me, and
Yeah, so,
I don't know.
so yeah,
I'm looking for some clarification.
so
on that.
I will, yeah, so just to kind of go where, kind of answer kind of where you've been going with this. So I have reached out to several people who just were unable to complete the work. We finally got this company that's able to do it for us. These prices, I know, the first quote we had was for $23,000 in total. So this one here will falls all within budget, so it's quite less than what our original quote was for. And the cost of everything will fall within the budget that we have to get these scoreboards up.
Because I thought that this company that's listed here was also going to do the electrical work, but
No,
this
the
is
electrical
all
work was
separate
separate.
right from the
That was
get-go,
right from the start, yeah.
right? So we had budgeted for this amount of money
Yeah.
for the installation of 2 scoreboards.
It's within the budget, yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for addressing that. I still, I know costs of everything have gone up, but this one has really been one that,
Yep.
for a lot of different reasons, right?
Absolutely. Okay.
So the 13,000 was the 4 base?
No, total for the pour, the base is going to be, well, the first one was just over 9,000. This one's 8, so it's going to be about $18,000 to do the base. It was well over, yeah, 23, just over 23,000 for the other quote.
There's no way staff can do that.
Yeah.
On a go-forward basis, when we're looking at projects like this, it's not just about the price of the scoreboards, it's about everything else that goes with it. And, I think on a go-forward basis, we need more research and a better, understanding of exactly what goes into something like this, so that, had I known all of this back when I voted for the scoreboards, I probably might not have voted for those particular scoreboards. I would have voted for something that was more economical for our community.
Just to follow up, Mr. Mayor, for a minute. If, I think I know the answer to this, but I have to ask it anyway. If there was a person within our municipality who has the skill and has the expertise, the experience, which would demonstrate one's ability to oversee a project such as this, could they be employed by the town for a week to do that with our own staff, supplying the concrete? And I don't even know if there's anybody there, but I'm just curious, because like the amount of concrete that would be required for that, and again, the whatever kind of rebar, whatever else is involved in it, I get it. The company's got to make money. But I often wonder sometimes, it's like, I'll take it on. Like, if this company had come back and said $40,000 now, I don't know, but we would have said, we got to get them up, pay the $40,000. But is that an option, Ms. CAO?
No. Yes, and there's a lot more involved in that, like with respect to our processes for hiring, and like I said, I mean, that's why like a lot of things like this would be contracted out, and there's insurances that would be involved. But again, there's a lot more that's got to be discussed. That this is not the right place, I guess, to get into those things.
I just had to ask the question because I know the days of being able to have community support, which luckily small municipalities can still seem to pull it off with their rinks and whatever else they got on the go. But the larger we get, and the more, I don't know, the way the world is gone in terms of liabilities and legalities, and
Exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I just pondered as, if our town has the equipment and our town has the ability to purchase the materials, and I get it, we don't have the expertise within our employ. But I had to ask the question, would it be possible? Because I know of people in this town who've been on some massive contracts that have supervised the installation of concrete. And I just wonder if they could, just something, and again, probably something to look at down the road, but this one here is really been irritating for me from the get-go right till now. And I'm just glad that the kids are going to get, and the softball association and our residents and Mr. Button and his staff gets what they, what we set them up thinking they were going to get. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor No. Any further questions? Being none. All those in favour? Those opposed, motion is carried. Okay, Ravi?
Okay, thank you. And the second part of that one, this was part of the original cost that was being brought forward back first when we started, but I never brought it forward because we were struggling with the rest of it to supply PVC piping and wiring to connect the two scoreboards by Oliver Controls and Electrical at a cost of $36.50 plus HST. So that's to run the electrical from the buildings out to the scoreboards, and that was a part of the original.
So that you're recommending that there now?
Yes, yeah. If I can get a motion for that.
Okay. Can I have a motion for the electrical part of it? Motion's been made by Councillor Snow, second by Councillor Seymour. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Okay. Anything further, Rob?
Okay, thank you. Number 3 there, some pool equipment. We're in the need to replace some of our PFDs and aerobics equipment and get some new pool toys and floats. So the staff have kind of done some research and came up with some items that we needed. So I need a motion to purchase pool program equipment, PFDs, aerobics equipment, and pool toys and floats from Aquam in the amount of $4,032.40 plus HST and shipping.
Can I have a motion to that fact? This motion has been made by Councillor Knowles, second by Councillor Snow. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried.
Okay, thank you. Back to the ball fields again. We did have in our budget this year to replace some of the lighting over the ball field from the metal halide to the LED lighting. And I did get a quote there to kind of get that infield portion done. So that's to supply and install LED lighting on infield and midfield by Oliver Controls and equipment at a cost of $30,857 plus HST.
Okay. Can I have a motion to that fact? Motion made by Councillor Knoll, second by Councillor Doyle. Question? Councillor Knoll?
I'm just wondering what the cost would have been for, this is going to take care of the infield, so that would be like 4 of the poles in there possibly?
Yeah, so it's about 14 lights, 14 bulbs to do the whole. When I priced it out last year, it was $60,000 to do the whole lot because it's about the same amount in the outfield. So you approved so much for this year and looking to do the rest next year in this year's budget. So
in terms of
Very good.
I'm sure everybody sees it every day on TV, say, install LED lighting in your facility and save all kinds of money. Was there? 53% of the energy cost. Okay. Right. See.
No grants or nothing applied for
There isn't. It depends on lots of times you got to have a particular light in order for it to qualify, and sometimes those qualifications don't actually meet the requirements that you need. So it gets tricky with with some of that stuff.
So in that situation there with the lighting that's going up in there now, do they?
I can double check, but I don't think that it would qualify under what we were
Okay.
what we're doing.
So all the lights on to be, I'm just trying to visualize this now, like, I know, like driving a car, if someone was coming towards you with half LED lights on. and
Yeah,
half conventional lights.
And that was kind of research before we made the decision with regard, and it shouldn't cause any problem, especially with doing full infield and then doing the outfield, because it's two different directional lights, right? So it's still, you still get the same lighting, but it'll just be one different type versus the other. That's all.
Just for clarification, like I'm asking these questions tonight on these things because in the essence of time, these motions are coming forward from the recreation director tonight. And they haven't been vetted through the Recreation Committee.
And that shouldn't be.
So I get it that they have to be done, but, and the summer is slipping by, and by the time we get the stuff done, but I just wanted to clarify to the audience and to our fellow people on council here, the reason as to why these questions are coming up here this evening.
Which I always thought that it would go through committee first also. Okay.
Thank you.
Did I carry that through? No. Did I carry that motion through? No. No, got into questions. Okay, anyway, the question part of it is over. All those in favor? Those opposed, motion is carried. Robbie?
Yeah, thank you. So just a little update there down the pool revenue side. These numbers kind of look a little off. I was talking our town clerk called me today asking about them actually, because the way my reporting is, so it looks like we're just a little bit ahead. We're reporting 83,000, just over 83,000 for revenue this year versus 82,000 last year. But if you look at our lesson registration, there's a big discrepancy there. Based on calendars and the way our programs run, sometimes our revenue and our programs come in at different times. So if you look at 2022, that includes our summer registration for swimming lessons, whereas for 2023, our registration starts on Thursday, so that revenue hasn't been collected yet. So within a couple of days, that's going to shoot up approximately $10,000–$12,000. So you will see, within a couple of days, those numbers will be closer to what it'll show a bigger, I guess, increase from last year. With regards to the lessons, I haven't inputted the summer lessons under 2022, so it kind of looks a little.
Yeah.
Administrator?
Yeah, I was just thinking in future, probably we could actually report the lesson registration numbers when
it's done, yeah.
when the additional funds are put into, so
yeah.
at least.
So it doesn't look so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, and that, I realized that after I kind of had it sent off.
Right.
Because as you can see, our pool visitations are slightly up too, so that's a good sign. Things have been going fairly well at the pool, and I think with some of the new equipment that we're getting now will help boost that a little bit as well. Just to give you guys an update as to programs and grants, our 3-on-3 basketball tournament is scheduled for September 9th and 10th weekend, and the registration info will be going out soon, hopefully by the end of next week, actually. That's we're putting together some finalizations of things we need and registration costs, so that hopefully that'll be out by the end of next week. Our summer program starts on Monday. Our program actually is at full capacity, which is good to see. We have 150 children registered, so that's should be a good program. And staff has been all hard, and they're actually doing their training week and eager to go. So we're looking forward to Monday's start. As for Canada Day, Family Day activities are scheduled as long as fireworks are scheduled for Saturday. The family activities will be at 2 p.m. At Paddy's Garden. Fireworks will be from the waterfront at 10 p.m. And as I just indicated, our summer swim lesson registration will open on Thursday, so we're looking forward to getting that program started next week as well.
Would that be advertised, the Canada Day celebration, will that be
That's-
advertised?
it's already been through
either
special events.
Town's Facebook or?
Yeah, special events is already advertised now.
It's 2 to 4. You just said it starts at 2, but just I didn't want anybody showing up after 4 o'clock when it's when
True
it's
enough,
all
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And the on-stage entertainment with Trevor and Adia is
Is at
2:30 to
3:30.
3:30. So they'll be right in the middle.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Doyle. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That it? Okay, thank you, Robbie, for your report. Is there any questions of the Recreation Director? No? Okay. Thank you. Finances, operating invoices over 2,000 in the amount of 16,984.
Okay, if I could get council to have a look at the operating invoices on slide 10 in your Dropbox. And if people just peruse that quickly and see if there's any conflict of interest or anything there. I don't think there is. So be it resolved to pay the operating invoices number 2000 to 2006 in the sum of $16,984.40.
Okay, the motion's been made by Councillor Snow, second by Councillor Seymour. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Capital invoices, Councillor Snow.
Again, have a look there in your Dropbox at slide 12.
Can't click on that one,
Yes.
Okay, where's it?
because that's Adelaide's phase 1, so I believe
It's me.
Malcolm.
yes. And
Let's
I
see.
don't know if we're gonna have enough, because it both you and Councillor Seymour.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on.
Is that one too?
That goes to Crossroads, right?
Phase 1 comes to Crossroads, so that wouldn't have nothing to do with me.
Okay,
So it's only myself.
yeah. that's
Okay,
it.
I'll see if another councillor there will
Okay,
take up the
Councillor Noel, can
capital
you-
works invoices.
My slide, I think it was first slide 10. So it'll be yours.
Got it there, right? Yeah. Make a motion to approve capital invoices, water, sewer, street upgrading Adelaide Street, Cougar Engineering and Construction Limited, in the amount of $128,000, $232.62.
motion's been made by Councillor Doyle, second by Councillor Seymour. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Regulations for adoption, none. Notice of motion, none. New business, Mrs. Town Administrator, we added something to it.
Yes, there was purchases for the fire department added. I'm not seeing the motions in my Dropbox, but I don't know if it's because I hasn't updated it, but the town clerk do have a hard copy there that can be shared.
I can read them for you, and if somebody wants to move them.
Yes, okay.
that's fine. So, resolve to purchase 34, oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
I'm thinking you were going to say it.
Okay. Resolve to purchase 34 fire-rated coveralls from Firehouse Service and Supply at a cost of $5,369.60 plus HST.
So moved.
Then
Yeah, it was.
Okay, the motion's been made, we say, by Councillor Snow, second by Councillor Noel. Question? All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion is carried. You get that, Kathy?
Yeah, I got enough mixed name. Second motion, resolve to contract Wilson Security to supply and install a listed access control system on the personnel door at the fire hall at a cost of $3,495.15 plus HST.
Okay. The motion's been made by Councillor Snow, second by Councillor Doyle. Question? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, do we have anything else there, Mrs. Dunn, Administrator?
You may already be aware of this, but we did indicate that we'd let you guys know, or the mayor did, of the meetings for the summer. So the 2 summer meetings at the call of the chair will be on July 18th at 5:30 p.m. and on August 15th at 5:30 p.m.
Okay. Council got that? Okay. And I'd like to, on behalf of myself and council, I would like to recognize teachers at Carbonear Collegiate for receiving the 2023 Premier's Award for Teaching Innovation and the Minister of Education's Award for Compassion in Teaching. Congratulations to Denise Hogan for receiving the 2023 Premier's Award for Teaching Innovation. The Minister's Award for Compassion is teaching recognizes inspirational and compassionate teachers at the primary, elementary, or secondary level who have demonstrated exceptional commitment to support social, emotional, and mental health of their students, colleagues, or school community as a whole. I'd like to say congratulations to Councillor Doyle on receiving the Minister of Education's Award for Compassion in Teaching. Hear, hear.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, I like this part of the job. It's really, really good. I would also like to recognize one of our staff as well. I have a plaque from the Minister of the Department of Municipal Affairs for 25 years of dedicated service to a municipal government to be presented to our town clerk, Caddy Summers. Congratulations, Caddy. Come forward and receive your plaque.
Turn your plaque around now.
Okay.
Good point. Okay, it's really somebody's zooming out. Perfect. You know I don't like it. I see the eyes rolling.
Anyway, congratulations, Caddy. With nothing else, can I have a motion to adjourn? The motion has been made by Councillor Noel, second by Councillor Snow. All those in favour? Those opposed, motion is carried. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.